So I had this event. I didn't know what to wear to the event. I decided to make this no-sew outfit to wear on top of my jumpsuit. It turned out really nice. And then I thought to myself, I could as well make a tutorial out of it. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how I made this in 30 seconds or even less. So let's jump in. You need a turu fabric for this particular design. I'll advise you use the soft one. So what I'm going to do right here is to cut off the rough edges, so the edges can be straight. This fabric is 48 inches by 60 inches. So I'll fold it again, but let me illustrate it on the paper so that you see what I'm doing more clearly. So the net I use about 3 yards of fabric. So this is how the fabric is: 3 yards on that side and then 60 inches on this other side. We then take the fabric and fold it into two, just like this. By the time we fold it, that 60 inches comes to the bottom, and then what you now have from top to bottom is 54 inches. Can you note that 3 yards, that's 36, times 3 is equal to 108 inches, and 108 divided by 2 is 54 inches. That's why when we folded it into two, it gave us 54 inches. Remember, we cut off some extras from the bottom, which now took it back to 48. I hope you understand. So let's go back. We did the first folding right there, and then we're going to be doing the second folding like this. So we'll pick it now after folding the first time and turn it this way. So reducing that 60 inches to 30 inches, while the other side remains 48 inches. Now I'm going to cut the neck. So I'm going to take my scissors and just cut it off. In the actual fabric, I used 3 inches downward, but after cutting the neck, this right here is what it looks like. But let's go to the fabric so that I can show you exactly what I did. So after all the methods of folding I showed, I just came down with the neck and measured 3 inches right there. And just put in scissors and cut it all the way. At this point, just open it up and wear it. This right here is what it looks like on the mannequin. I just used this particular fabric to create this tutorial because I had already done the white and worn it before I figured that I could do a tutorial. So this is what it looks like, but this is what the white also looks like when I wore it. So I wore it not only with that white jumpsuit, I also wore it with a black short dress, and this is what it looked like. So yes, I wore it out. I wore it for a party, I wore it for an event, and that's it. I also did a red one as well, so I'm going to be showing you how I made that one. So I picked this particular fabric. This fabric was 1 yard, which is about 36 inches, and then the length of the fabric is 60 inches. So we're going to be working with that 60 inches right here by that 36 inches. We'll fold again as usual, but this folding is going to be slightly different. So let's go to the paper and I'll illustrate again what we're going to do. So this is the 60 inches, while the other side is 36 inches. You just fold it this way, so it's now longer. So fold it this way, we discover that that 36 has become 18 inches, and then we fold again and that 60 inches becomes 30 inches, and then we'll now cut off the neck again as usual. Next thing to do is to create another effect on the shoulder right there. So it's up to you to measure whatever it is you want to measure, but we'll just pick a scissors right here from the other side and cut it open. So we'll raise the first one right here and then put a scissors in between and just cut it to whatever level you want. Usually I'll advise half of it. So for your own outfit, measure it from your shoulder to your elbow and cut. So do that for both of them, and by the time you open it, this is what it will look like. So that's the neck right there, and then those are the two openings, such that when you wear it, you see the feeling. I'll show you when I wore it so you see what it looks like. But let's show you what we did on the dress. So from the illustration, I already folded into two there, and then I folded again. I cut off the excesses on this side as usual, just to avoid some rough edges, and then I went ahead to cut off the neck. As usual, I measured 3 inches and then cut it off. So the next thing I'm going to do is to measure. So from here, because I was used to it, I just measured 16 inches out. But what you can do is measure from your shoulder, which is the top side of the neck, to your elbow, and measure it that way. So I'll just cut it this way. I cut both of them, and that's how it is. Very easy and straightforward. I wore it, and this is what it looked like. I just wore it on top of a black blouse like this, and this is what it looked like. It just looked beautiful, and it came out really well. You can do that for yourself, do it in whatever color you feel like. I mentioned earlier, these styles comes out better when you are using a very lightweight tulle, so it just falls and flies, versus when you're using a stiff tulle, the ones used for ball gowns. If you use a stiff tulle, it won't be nice, it just bulge. Thanks so much for watching my video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.